Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 37 of Direwolf20's Let's Play of ATM10 to the Sky. Where today I think I should be able to knock out this manganese stuff pretty easily. If I'm not mistaken, I only need 2 machines for it. And then as soon as I get that going, I want to jump right into making more power. Because right now my biggest problem, as far as I know, is power. Yeah, for sure. Definitely, we're joking on power. So we don't have anywhere near enough power gen. We're running this whole factory on these 2 little steam generators. So I have a plan for power gen. We're going to see how it works out. I don't quite know. But I looked, and I'm pretty sure I have enough to make the advanced large steam boiler, which can make 1024 EU per tick worth of steam, as opposed to the LV steam boiler, which produces 32. So we've got 2 of these making 64, but it'll be a big upgrade. But I'm assuming we're gonna need this will make the steam. I'm assuming that we're gonna need you know, like an MV or even an HV. I don't know if I have access to HV steam boiler just yet. That makes 512. So that requires stainless steel and digital circuits, which is the thing I'm kind of working towards right now. So we'll do HV after, but we should at least be able to do MV steam generator, which should be cool. Yeah, and that is 128 EU per tick. So I could do 10 of these ish, right? Or is it 8? 8 of these? Yeah. And that would use up all the steam from this dude, and that would be cool. So that's kind of the plan. But I have to check it out. I'm assuming this is a multi-block. Yeah, but I'm also assuming that I'll be able to manage that. So, as you can see, things are just kind of running. We've definitely been getting our chromium tiny dust and chromium dusts, which is cool. Everything's running. If you noticed last episode, I reversed these, so I fixed them between episodes. I noticed because this thing stopped running, and it's because they backstuffed because I piped the output liquids into the wrong containers here, but that's okay. Dire gonna dire. Let's get this cooking today, shall we? So the next thing I need to do is make the other dust. And for that, we're going to need a couple tin cables, get you guys some power. Maybe. And then should be pretty easy because we already have almost everything we need. All we need to do is make sure that sulfur is in here. Okay. Which should not be a problem because we should have tons of sulfur coming in. And then manganese crushed dust, right? Get a bunch of that, and that would be cool. And then on the first line here, I'll make the sulfuric acid. So that should be pretty easy. We should just have to do this, and then we'll need our only one kind of tank, like the functional drawer that does 1 by 1, because sulfuric acid just makes sulfuric acid. That's it. It's water, oxygen, and sulfur. And just by coincidence, we happen to have oxygen going on here, so that shouldn't be too bad. Cool. So I should be able to do you. We should be able to toss one of these dudes in there. Cool. And so now you're gonna extract on, let's pick a nice color here. So that's red pipes, right? Let's go with green pipes for oxygen. Sure. Right? So you need to go there, there, and there. But I need to tell you that oxygen is the output. So before I hook you up, actually, let's make sure that we set this up right. I'm getting better at this modern industrialization stuff, aren't I? I'm very pleased. Did I not? Oh, that's right. It's a left click. I always forget that with the drawers. Every other tank is a right click. I always forget. Right? And then out. Extract only. There. So now you should be getting your oxygen. Now you need water as well. And for water, that's going to be you. Blue fluid pipes. Cool. And then you need items, right? And this is your item pipe. So for that, we're going to have sulfur being allowed in. And that should now be cooking and making sulfuric acid, and you're going to auto-eject fluids up and out. Cool. 500 millibuckets, sulfuric acid. Looking good. Sweet. Alright, now I just need to get, like, enough power to handle this. But you, Mr. Chemical Reactor, are going to be responsible for making the tiny manganese dust, or something. No, I actually need 2 machines, I forgot, because you need to be electrolyzed, don't you? Yeah, so I need an electrolyzer, too. Almost forgot about that one. But yeah, you need to make the manganese sulfuric acid, so you're going to be this and this. Cool. So for you, we could just do, like, a red. Okay. And then you can be the crushed manganese dust. And that should be running? Except that we need 9 buckets of it. So, it will be running in a minute. Okay. And that will make manganese sulfuric acid solution, which we don't need to store. So much like over here, where we're just like pushing it into the adjacent machine, I'm going to do the same thing with my electrolyzer. All I need you to do is push your fluids out in that direction. Cool. Awesome. And then you are going to do the compacting drawer, the simple compacting drawer. Much like you did. Cool. And then you're going to auto output to the top. So in a minute, we should get enough sulfuric acid such that our first batch will process. That said, everything else is very slow. So, yeah. What I might do is, like, pause you for a minute over here. So by pausing you, that would be cool. Look how much XP I got. It's great. Okay. So by pausing you, that kind of, like, saves some energy because, like, all this stuff will stop processing. And, I mean, it'll take a minute to clear out the backlog, but, like, we'll get there, right? Alright, we're halfway there. So while that's happening, let's look into steam boilers, and then we'll come back and lock and link the drawer after we get everything up and running. So steam boiler. Advanced large steam boiler. That is an electric quarry. That's not what I want. Advanced large steam boiler. That's what I want. A better and bigger large steam boiler. This version can produce up to 1024 millibuckets of steam. So we need some heat-proof machine casing and bronze-plated bricks. Okay. Shouldn't be too bad. So to make you, we need bronze-plated bricks, and we need a bronze boiler. And then we need more of these fire clay bricks, which I should really teach you how to make. You know how to make clay, but you need to know how to make brick dust, which could be, it's a macerator. Does it have to be a macerator? I guess it has to be a macerator. So I guess we need bricks too. Okay. We don't have any of that, do we? We actually do have bricks, so that's cool. But we don't have brick dust happening. So like an on-demand macerator I could use? Not really. That would be cool if I had one. Is that really like we have to do this? Is there no other cool way? Macerator or the forge hammer, obviously. Well, let's just get a bunch, because I don't know if we're going to need it right now. But, like, if we do this, and then we use that hammer thing, that could be cool. Note that. Do I have one in my backpack? Where did I have that forge hammer? Did I leave it in here? Does it stay in there? No. Might be this one. Cool? Good enough for now. So then quickly, I should be able to teach you how to make this and this and this. And then I also need you to know to make this. And I'm pretty sure we have bronze plates already. Yes, we have those on autocraft, so that's cool. I suspect I'm going to need those clay dudes at some point, so I should probably automate them, but like, let's see how this goes. So if I want a steam boiler, that seems cool so far. Let me put some junk away from my inventory. We're going to have to be a little bit less inventory messy. At least for a minute. That's so much better. I should have a spot in here for you. And that is way better. Okay, back to you. So, bronze boiler, done. But then you're going to be upgraded to a large steam boiler, which should not be a problem. And then you're going to be upgraded to one of these. Looking good? Slowly but surely. Oh, we're short on a couple of bolts. That's all right. It'll all be made in a minute-ish, assuming power. But this makes me think I should bump these guys up. Let me do a... See, this is my basic plan for modern industrialization. Once I realize how like I need more of something, I will do the more of something, right? So that gets me at least that. So that's cool. Alright, I'll give that a minute. How's this doing? Hey, we're processing. Sweet. Very slowly. Courtesy of the fact that we have literally no power. This entire thing is set up to run on like the tiniest little bit of power. It's actually embarrassing. Now, in fairness, I'm pretty sure these machines all accept forge energy. So, I know I'm going to get comments on this. Dyer, you can just use your flux points. I know. Playing with modern industrialization, so I want to play with modern industrialization. So yes, I could very quickly throw a flux point on here and never have power problems again, but I'd rather not. I'd rather do it, you know, the legit way. Almost there. Meanwhile, close. Tin bolts and copper bolts. We do have you over here, right? Tin bolts, yes. Maybe not copper bolts. Do we not do copper bolts? Auto eject enabled. I need to like put you in here before you'll behave yourself. I guess so. Locked and linked. Good enough for me. So is copper bolts not like on my thing here? How do I not have copper bolts? Like what's going on? I mean, I'm getting them. Am I? Am I getting copper bolts? I feel like I should have had them by now. So I'm missing something. Are they elsewhere somehow? No, because I kind of grouped all this stuff together in a relatively intelligible way. So I guess copper bolts were never on the thingy. So should I set that up? Yes. Electric cutting machine, please. You're going to need to do this, and then we're going to need a couple functional storage drawers, like you and you. No. I was like 50-50 on whether that would happen. Okay. And then you're going to need... I'm going to need you to have copper. ingots. And then copper rod. Cool. Now, copper rods are craftable. How? With that. Okay, we should probably remove that craft. Well, we could probably leave it. Because if it's stocked, it shouldn't matter. So we should be cool, right? Now, I'm assuming you are all smart pipes. So let's get our proper pipes. You... Did I not have any, like, regular fluid pipes left at this point? Aha! So I definitely need to do this. Copper bolt. Can I make these with hammers? Not really. So let's get another cutting machine. I love how cool all this is. And I really had, like, no pipes left. I guess not. So let's do this. Bucket. Put it in there. You get to work. You're also going to need power. Tin cable. I always forget the name of that thing. I'm always looking for LV cable. Like, that's not the name. There we go. Auto eject. Up. Cool. And you also auto eject up. So now I should be able to make my pipes. Sweet. Okay, so now you're getting all the lubricants, you're getting all the lubricants, and then finally you just need item pipes. Filtered for copper ingots. Sweet. And then filtered for copper rods. Okay. Now you're cooking. And then let's also get you a couple of these. And then you're also going to need to be like that. Cool? Awesome. And then in the meantime, we can get rid of the copper rod recipe here. Yes, get rid of that. Sweet. Okay, so now I should have enough stuff to make one of these. It might be in here, though. Nice. Like in modern industrialization, it's fun. It's fun having to automate all the things. I very much like, you know, needing to build a factory for stuff. And I'm liking the way it's playing out. Hoping you guys are too. All right, now, to be clear, what we need for you is going to be, I guess, 9, and then 8 times 3 is 24, so like 32-ish. 32-ish. Because we also have this guy sitting here. And let's do a 9 of heat-proof machine casings. Oh, that works out almost perfectly. And then we need the bronze-plated bricks. Sweet. Ready to rock. So now what I think I'm going to do is just add this down here as like a new setup. So it looks like it's just going to be a 3x3. Now, is that on the first level or the second? That is on the second. Okay. I'm assuming this is hollow. I might be wrong. Now, if I hold a wrench, it should tell me what's up, right? You buddy. Oh, there's something in the middle there. There is something in the middle there. I can't see what it is. It might be bronze pipe machine casing. That's kind of what it looks like. And it looked like there were 4 of them in there. Ish. The trick will be doing this and then seeing if you're happy. I think you are. That works. Oh, I have you here, don't I? I can move that, can't I? Yeah, I can move that. Dire wire all day long. Okay. Does that mean valid? Like, are we cool? I assume so. Now, I'm guessing, like a steam boiler, we need, like, to insert and extract stuff. Is that right? So I'm guessing there's, like, an LV input. Input from modern should be bronze item input, bronze fluid input, and I'm assuming output for fluid, right? I'm assuming this is what's needed. Now, whether that goes down in, like, the bottom or what, I don't know. I'm guessing. Oh, there you go. Yes, awesome. I like that it does that. That it highlights, like, hey, this is where it goes. Very much appreciated. So, like, we'll do. Let's do item and fluid like that. Is that cool? Yeah, I'm done with that. So we'll do fluid input here, item input here. I don't think we need a separator like that, and that should be cool. And then we could make our pipes. That's what? Oh. That's something else happening, isn't it? Are you for your water? That's perfect. Fluid input hatch. Perfect. So now you've got water. And then you should be able to come straight down here and do coal. I assume. I'm assuming. I might be wrong. Actually, I am wrong. That's not that guy. You're going to need to tap into that line for coal. Is that cool? Yeah, now we're cooking. Alright, and you're showing heat. Awesome. And you're building up temperature. Awesome. Now what happens when you back stuff on steam? That is the ultimate question, isn't it? I have no idea. Do you, like, stop at some point? Or are you just burning coal? Like, I'm cool with just burning coal. Like, we'll we'll ramp up coal production. If I need to, I have coal gear, which I'm sure will be fine. Right? Like, pretty sure we'll be good with that. I'm thinking you just run. Like, you just always run. I could give it a redstone control module. So I guess we could turn it off if I wanted to. But that's okay. Now we want MV steam generators, right? And for that, I feel like we should probably teach you how to make them. Because I'm going to want, like, a bunch of these. We're going to need a bit more than that. Wow, we're going to need a lot of this. We can start with one. And then an MV storage unit as well. Right? And because now I have access, by the way, to, like, sodium and whatnot, I guess. Actually, that's silicon. But I also have access to sodium, so I can make sodium batteries, too. So that's cool. So MV storage unit is good to go. So we can store MV power battery-ish, right? And then MV steam generator is good to go. Now the question will be, how do we, like, how do we get our machines to accept all this power? Because, like, that'll be the trick. I guess we'll have to figure that out. For now, what I should be able to do is that, and that. And then you are outputting. And then you're producing power. And then we have our MV storage unit. And that is cool, right? Awesome. Now, can I make another MV steam generator here? And I guess my question is, like, what's the input-output capabilities of the MV storage unit? And, like, how much do you make per tick kind of deal? Can produce up to 128 EU per tick. So, like, is there any value in putting two of these on the same battery and setting you to output down? I mean, you seem to be cool with that. And once we get a little bit more copper coil, we should be even better. Now, we want MV to LV transformer, right? I do want a guide on how this works. Cable networks have limitations on the amount of energy they will pull into the network. At most 256 EU per tick for LV, 1024 for MV, and because there's no output limit for the network, and because cables have a small internal storage, an LV network can provide more than 256 for a short time. Note, however, single block electric machines will only connect to LV cables. To transfer more energy, you need either multiple pipe networks or to use transformers. A low tier to high tier transformer, for example, LV to MV, has 5 inputs and 1 output. A higher tier to lower tier transformer has 1 input and 5 outputs. So, like, what I assume I need to do is, like, split this and have, like, a big MV cable going to, like, a bunch of little LV networks. Is that, it's almost like this, right? Where we have, like, a dense cable splitting to smalls, but we have a dense cable of MV going to small LVs, right? Does that seem about right? So let me get another MV steam generator real quick, because I'm curious if I can get 3 of these. Are you guys just, like, super choking on power, or what's the deal? Assuming super choking on power. Yeah. Super choking on power. Well, let's try this real quick. Now, this will be temporary. But what I'd like is modern cables. What's a nice MV cable? LV Max Network, LV, MV Cooper Nickel, MV Electrum, MV HV as aluminum. So, like, my 2 options here are Cooper Nickel or electrum. Now, do I have... I'll have a lot of electrum. Let's do electrum. Okay. So, in theory, I should be able to output you. And then MV... And that should be cool. And now you should be getting lots of power, right? No? Is that not how this works? Is that how that works? LV to MV transformer. Well, that's not what we want. We want the MV to LV, right? MV to LV transformer. That's LV to MV. Why is that also LV to MV? I said MV to LV. Alright, I feel less dumb. I think this is a recipe conflict in the pack. What if we just got like a regular crafting table? Do you have that thing where you're going to be all smart about stuff? MV to LV. Nope. You know what? They can convert to each other, so that works. MV to LV. Perfect. I'll take that. I'll take that I can convert one to the other. So, real quick before I blow something up. This is temporary. Don't yell at me. Right, so you're going to output there. So you're going to input with electrum cables. And then you're going to output with tin cables. Right? And then realistically, the way this is supposed to work, I just want to see if I can get you, like, going. Right? Because you should be outputting MV to LV. Why are you not outputting? Electrum cable, you have no power. Why do you have no power? Maybe this is... Oh, there we go. Sweet! And then you should be building up lots of power now. That's cool. Now we're cooking? I think that's cool. Right. So then realistically what we would do is we would have like an MV steam turbine set up. And then this would output power, but then we would have like all these, like a bunch of electrum cables, and then we would LV it here and be like, this batch is LV'd and this batch is LV'd, so we can like split it all up, kind of deal. Does that sound doable? And then we like basically remove all this stuff. I think that's the play. I think that's what we do. So let's wrap up the episode here. Come back next time. You should be making a bunch of power now and outputting to here. So it looks like you guys have no problem, all three of you, dumping power into here. I'm wondering if you can also output at that rate, but I'm assuming, right? Because, like, I'm guessing 1024 EU electrum cable, right? So you're actually doing 768, right? So that's actually very telling. So you can do 1024, but an MV turbine does 128. So you can actually do, like, I guess 8. I guess you're capable of doing 1024, but I don't know. I don't know. We'll play with it. Maybe 4 per battery. That sound cool. I like that plan. Because then it's like, you know, 1 on each side, and I think that would look cool. I'm on board with that. All right, for now, we're going to wrap up. Next episode, I'll come back, and, like, we'll do this proper. Now that we have, like, a pretty good idea of how things are going to work. But for now, it's also the old wrapping up point. So, Downwell20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We'll come back next time and play a little bit more with this. I might even run a cable over here just so that we can also have Steam on, like, you know, available all the time deal, right? So we do that. And we do that. And now you should have no problem filling up Steam. That's awesome. Which means you guys are going to get filled up on Steam. And that's going to make even more power gen. Makes everybody, especially Dire, happy. Cool. So what's your energy saturation at? Yeah, you're good. All right, wrapping up point. Downwell20 signing off. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Take it easy.